Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Oxygen Not Included. This is the Triple Printer Challenge, and today's focus is going to be on not starving to death. Now, I've already done some work behind the scenes here, not actually in the game, but on the spreadsheet. So, here's what we got going on. I have 47 mealwood plants down here. That's actually quite a lot, and that gives me X amount of food per cycle. Now, we've seen this calculator a couple times before, so let's head on over here to the spreadsheet. However, I have updated it with the most current standards inside of the game. You can check it out right on over here. So here it is. Boom! We have all the different plants, the mealwood, the bristle blossom, the fungal, you get the idea. Essentially, this all equates down to amount of calories per cycle. And then, every time you complete an X amount of cycles, then that plant finishes and it finishes its growth, it has a 33% chance to drop a seed, and all the plants work the exact same way in that regards. There's also fertilizer calculators, the hydration needed to do that, extra needs such as the light and darkness and blah, 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 blah. That's all there. There's also cooking recipes and all that fun stuff down there. Pretty sweet, awesome stuff. And I've posted this on my Patreon page for those of you that are part of Patreon. Thank you guys so much here, and it's actually been really awesome. There's been a lot of people that are actually supporting me on Patreon, which is sweet, so thank you so much for that, and you can find it over there. It is not behind a paywall at all, so if you just actually browse on over there to the Patreon page, you can actually jump right to this, even if you aren't a Patreon at the moment. So here we go. Boom, we can check this out. So essentially, what I have here is I have a need for 20,000 calories per cycle. That's a lot of food, which means I would need 20 mush bars, which is 1.5 tons or 115 that many kilograms of dirt and water. I can't really speak tonight for whatever reason. Okay, so there we go. We can see here that I would need 20 mush bars, which is possible. I can make that, and I do have enough dirt and water. Matter of fact, if we go ahead and look at the dirt that I have, you can see how much water I have. We're gonna suck up a lot of water if we are only using mush bars. You can see I have 7.9 tons. And I'm talking about metric tons in case you just don't, in case you get confused, we're talking about metric tons here. So 1,000 kilograms equals a ton. What we can see here is that the first thing I'm going to run out of is water, and I'll run out of that within a couple of cycles if all I'm using is mush bars. However, one of the other options I have, if we look on over here at the good old calculator, is that we can see that I can grow, or I could convert a lot of this into lice loaf. However, the amount of water that it takes to make that much lice loaf is quite a lot as well. How come that doesn't seem right? Hello? That is because it is wrong. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be why. Aha! There we go. Okay, so here's the reality that I'm faced with. Even if I convert this to lice loaf, water is still the one major restriction I have in my base. I do have a large, pool of it over here, and you can see that there's quite a bit of water inside of there, which makes me believe that I do have more than 7.9 tons, but maybe the straw can't necessarily reach all of it. At the end of the day, the important thing to remember is that I am consuming a whole lot of water. And that's what's going to actually starve out my duplicants, because I won't have enough water in order to make the lice loaf I need, or the mush bars. Alright, so this brings me to the strategy that I need to have in order to survive here. First and foremost, I have to have enough food to make it through the next cycle. So there's a couple things I can already have available to me. Mush bars will help me get over this hump, as also, refining everything into lice loaf. So one of the comments that you guys were saying, and many people were saying the same sort of thing here, as like Rock Baki was saying here, did you deselect the meal lice as a food source? I have not done that yet, because I was just like trying to have my duplicants survive through that cycle. So that's one of the things that I have to do. I have to reduce, or I have to not let them eat the meal lice until I have enough meal lice for them to eat without making lice loaf. Does that make sense? I gotta make more meal lice so that I don't have to use up as much water, unless I can get more water. Okay. First things first, we're gonna deselect meal lice. Nobody gets to eat it. There we go. If you click on the picture. Step 2, everybody starves. All right, so let's just make it through cycle 20. That's all we need to make it through. And then as we make it through more and more cycles, I'm going to be planting as much as mealwood as possible down here. You can see how much the projected growth over the next several cycles. You'll see I'll have 13,000 calories, by the next cycle, if it, percentages work out. So I should be able to maybe never catch up, but we'll have to see, given enough cycles. How many do I need? Or at what point do I actually make anything decent? It seems like I need to survive 10 cycles. Look at that, 35,000. Interesting. Okay. Step 2, I need a lot more water. So if we take a look around the map, there are areas of polluted water. However, they don't have germs inside of them. So that might be my meal ticket and to make more meals. So where can I find a lot of polluted water that isn't going to give me slime lung in the process? Obviously, I cannot do anything with this polluted water over here unless maybe I convert it into clean water and pump it back into oxygen. One of the things that you guys were talking about here, if I can find it. I can't find it. Where's this comment? Oh no. Okay, so what I'm looking for is the comment that explains that I should really use a lavatory because each time a duplicant uses the lavatory, it actually produces more liquid. So that's one way that I can generate more water, even if it isn't pure. It has germs inside of it. I can still use that to produce oxygen. Or I could just make it hot and just deal with it. Okay, so the other thing I need to continue to focus on is algae, simply because I need a lot of oxygen. Okay, so let's slow this down a little bit because there's a lot I gotta get done in order to make everything work and work right. Yeah. That's a lot of slime lung right there. Not a big fan of that. There's 0 surface germs here. But I'm a little worried about breaking this seal. This would, however, be a decent quantity of polluted water that I could then purify using the water purifier and give myself another source of clean water. But you know what? We're not too far away from the environmental protection, so I'm going to keep researching that, and then we'll move on from there. Alright, so here's my plan to convert some of this water. Now I can use this water anywhere, but essentially this is what's going on here. I will come into this area, we'll power it up via a cold generator, and that'll store some power. The pump will then pump and convert that into clean water, which hopefully is going to be germ-free. Otherwise, I'll treat it and then I'll pump it into this reservoir over here. It's a pretty big build, lots of digging, but should be fairly possible for the amount of duplicants I have, so long as they don't starve in the process. It looks like I have a pretty decent sized cold biome down here. There's also some sleet wheat down here if I really want to dig down into that. But there's a good chance I'm going to find some nice weezeworts down there, which will be very useful once we get a little bit further into the game and we have to deal with heat. Or if we just want to control certain biomes for growing, different type of plants and whatnot. You can see this is mostly carbon dioxide down here. So, the oxygen is kind of finding its way out or above the base. So if I look at the oxygen overlay, that's what we got going on. I think I'll use a terrarium down here just to kind of try to keep that down, although it does use a fair bit of water. I don't really want to use a carbon skimmer though, because that's going to, that uses water too. Alright, so as for the toilets, if I create a pump down here, I don't know. I don't want to get too many different jobs going at the same time and not be able to actually have enough manpower in order to do everything. What I'd like to see is a little bit more algae, but I don't see that. Which makes me think I should build a self-powering hydrogen system. So let me sketch one of those out as well while we're here. Crap, I need a rock granulator. Well, I could just put that over there. That'll work just fine. And for now, we'll just plug it into this. Bingo. Are these things really that big? I guess they are. They don't necessarily have to be that big, though. Oh, you know what I could do? Here's what I could do. I can cancel this and still allow duplicants to go beneath it. Haha. And then maybe even get into it like that. I don't know, maybe that works. And then allow them to go up on the side of it in order to do what they need to do. And then I'll put the Weezeworts right there. That'll create a little bit of a vacuum, letting the oxygen kind of be pulled away, letting the electrolyzer run more often. Bingo. So I could do that number right there. So the pipe goes in, hydrogen comes out over here, boom. Anything else just gets dumped down below it. Where do I want that to end up? Well, I tell you what, if I put it down here, then there's a barrier, so it should usually be a lower pressure area down there. Solid plan now. I like it. Okay, so things are up and running. How about that? Did all the planning in the first cycle. Turner, what are you doing? Why are you so idle, bro? Oh, and you guys were telling me, like over and over and over again, that I have 2 autos. Okay, so my random number generator here. This is the younger auto, so he must have been the duplicant. It's going to be renamed Nom Nom. Welcome to the base, Nom Nom, and thank you for supporting on Patreon. Boom! There we go. Super digga. Now seriously, Turner, what is your job, bro? And why don't you get to do it? Wait, I still have 2 autos? No. This one's been renamed. Come on, game. Turner should be doing research. Okay, so who's all doing research? And you guys were also telling me for new duplicants up here, I should uncheck some things like combat. Yeah. Thank you for helping me play the game. I don't know why I don't ever pay attention to things like that. Okay, so I have 3 people doing research. Rowan, go do something different, bro. You've been fired. Hassan, you're not even supposed to be doing research. Oh man, new duplicants messing me up. Get out of here. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. There we go. So now the smart people can do the research. And everybody else can go do other things. Hey, look at that! We're no longer starving to death. Yeah. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to disable Mush Bar from the menu for a little while. That should hopefully at least save me a bit on the impact to my dirt and water situation. Nom Nom, what are you doing, man? You're gonna mess up the whole rock granulator plan here. You're gonna dig out the floor beneath it. Ah, dude, I bring you in, and this is what you do. All right. And we're back to a food shortage. Okay. And none of this is ready to harvest. Mostly because somebody keeps farting and letting off all this natural gas, so some of these plants cannot grow. Come on, guys. I don't want you to die because you fart. Death by poo gas. And Nom Nom, dude, you're the most stressed person in this base. I mean, so I'm rebuilding the floor down here, even though... Seriously, Nom Nom, you just dug up the floor and then just left it. Only to run all the way over here, and then go back up and around. You're like the least efficient duplicant that is here. Seriously, bro. What am I gonna do with you? And light wounds. Oh my gosh. Nom Nom, we gotta help you out. So Mason over here kindly pointed out that Jen here did not entomb Ari. Ari just simply likes to jump into concrete. It's one of her crazy little tendencies that she just has. So, we cannot name Jen the Undertaker just yet. Hasn't killed anybody yet, so. You do not deserve the same name as Travoldo the Undertaker, so we will remove that name. There's a technicality. Sorry, Jen. But just be careful. Oh, Stinky! Why'd you do this to yourself? Oh my gosh, no! No, Stinky! Oh no, we gotta mop all this up. Terrible. Seriously, all this sand drives me nuts. Dig it up. Dig it up. Nom nom, are you for real right now? All you had to do was dig this. And now you're stuck again. And cold. Look at your stress level, man. Just chill out for a while. Let some other duplicants do some work down here. Alright, so let's run this rock granulator. That'll be useful. I do need a sensor. Otto's got us covered. Way to be a team player there. How's the germ situation doing? Everybody's doing good, except for Nom Nom. I wonder why that is, because he keeps running around getting cold all the time. So wait, does the Atmos sensor still work even if I don't have the Atmos automation wire? Or do I have to research that separately now? And for real, duplicants? For real? You just... Really? How did you manage to get in here? Bilu. Like, you should know better than this. Alright, fine. We'll give you a way out. We'll make that a high priority. Somebody come over here and save these two. They're getting hungry. They're gonna turn into a zombie. It's gonna be terrible. And Stinky's just gonna straight up avoid everybody. Okay, there you go. Oh no! More duplicants! Okay, so a couple of you have been saying maybe I should choose the best duplicant of 9. I kind of like the door, the random door. What's it gonna be? How about door number 3? No, I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna go with door number 2. Therefore, I should get something better because I passed on a door. Remember, there's a whole mathematical, scientific theory about this. And I didn't get meat. God, I think I will avoid bottomless stomach. Germ resistant sounds good. I think I'm gonna roll with Benny over here. Ooh, but flatulent. Oh, man. Irritable bowels. You know what? That's actually not a bad way to go with Camille. That might... I don't know if that equates to more water when I run it through the toilet thingy. But I'm gonna go with... yeah! And let's see who else we get. We got another Jen and Ellie. So Ellie is a bodybuilder. Which is gonna be sweet because you have a massive amount of strength. Ellie, I know your job. You get to sweep. Jen, you can do whatever. Camille's just laying down on the job already. For real. Oh, we do have a duplicant Jen. So now we need another name. I mean, it doesn't necessarily fit the duplicant, but we're gonna go with it anyhow. Jonas. Welcome to the base. Camille, do you have any, like, decent stats or something? No, you are like the worst duplicant in the base. You got strength though, right? Strength 5. Technically, you could be a sweeper as well. Or deliver. I suppose either of those can do, that would be good. That was like the grunt print. All we did is like extrude out a bunch of muscle. Bam, environmental protection, exosuits, exosuit doc. Sweet. So now I can finally get into that area there. That'll be good. That'll be real sweet. Can I do a transit tube access and get inside of there? I could potentially do that, but I don't have plastic. I'm so far away from plastic, it's ridiculous. No, I need automation wire. So that's next. Alrighty, so talking about extruding things, I've been working on my little 3D printer a little bit, and these are some of the rail options. And I've been getting different wheels in to kind of see, well, what is the best framing option. So this is kind of a little sample I was able to print off of 80/20 frames and measure things out and see how it all works out. So I threw a couple of them behind me, and there's a couple more there. Just saying that there's some things going on here. Just make a little mini setup and then scale it up real big once I figure it all out. Right now it's pretty close between the 25mm rail and the 30mm rail. The 20, yeah, a little bit small, but it's the most affordable, and the 45 is just like way too big. There is a 40, but it's not readily available. Okay, so I need a little bit more automation wire, so let's go ahead and smash up some more copper ore. Beat it up. I could also use an exosuit. Gosh, what does that take? Crap, it takes like refined copper and stuff. And a textile loom. Oh no! I do have some iron ore. Is that more or less rare than copper ore? Let's go with iron ore. Food shortage, everybody's dying. Not good. Poo gas is ruining the day. Or all of my plants are on an off cycle, which is terrible. I'm looking forward to getting this up and running. That'll be pretty dope. What I will do is feed this from toilets. So yeah, pea water is what's going to turn into the oxygen that they breathe. Think about that. Or I might run out of algae too soon. That could be probably the thing that's actually going to get me the fastest. Aha! Completed that research really fast. Sweet. So we'll take care of that. Equipment. What do I need? I need a way to make an exosuit. So really I need a textile loom. But the exosuit is what I actually need. So I'll need a dock and the exosuit checkpoint and all the stuff that goes with that. It's gonna need a lot of refined material. I also need to do some more research because I've already completed everything there. Natural gas generator. That's going to be useful for when I get into polluted water and fertilizer and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. You know, the metal refinery is also another good one to get to, but why am I still using planter boxes? I don't know. But there we go. There's farm tiles. That's a better way to go. Okay, so good. No seed available. I always want to have one of those in queue, just in case. And that way I can grow the farm as big as possible, as fast as possible. I mean, there's just so many things that need to be dug, and the fact that I just need to continue to dig into all of these areas in order to really find, you know, areas with a lot of this algae and all of that good stuff. Oh no, do I not have enough cots? Oh no. I've run out of living space again. Okay, I'll deconstruct that to allow that to work a little bit better there. And then somebody's gonna have to build another apartment, and that's gonna be right above the oxygen production, you know, hydrogen bubbler. What do we call this thing? You're gonna build above that. Oh no, insufficient oxygen generation. Somebody quick. Oh, so this is all ready to go. Okay, so somebody's going to have a really bad day down here, but it's okay. It'll be fine. So I'm just going to plumb this over here like that, into this side, out of this side. I'll bring it up and then just branch it off to both locations. Now that will require power, but luckily I have power right there, ready to go. Throw a little manual generator over there to make sure we got everything tipped top to the max and you're good to go. All right. HVAC, that'll be needed for when I go to grow more like bristle blossoms and larger farms, because clearly I need larger farms. That is one of the main things that I really need inside this base. So I'm gonna make sure I take care of that. Hey, is this the first cycle that I am not making any mush bars? No mush bar, no mush bar, no mush bar. And people are not starving to death. How about that? It makes me feel like I've accomplished something. And look at this, Nom Nom has finally started to chill out. I mean, now he's just a little bit toasty, but his stress level is down to 6%. Good job, dude. Way to be a team player. All right, so who's got the short? Oh, Hassan's got the job of being down here in the nasty pea water. Oh, you know what that sound is. Oh. All right, so last time, I'm gonna get rid of door number 3. We're gonna get rid of door number 3 and go with door number 1. Look at this, 2 loud sleepers. All right, so Lyra here is actually a pretty sweet duplicant. Welcome to the base. And who else do we have? We have Ren and Bert. Did Meep just leave the building or what? Come on now, this is conspiracy at this point. How much food do I need now? 26,000. This is brutal. Bert can actually like heal people though. That's pretty dope. Alrighty, well that is the end of cycle 24. I have made it to cycle 25 and now have 26 duplicants inside the base. Nobody's died quite yet here. We did start the base with 2 duplicants, so that's why there is 1 less than what you would expect. But as we can see here, I think things are going pretty well. They are getting a little chaotic though, and as so many duplicants are being introduced into this base, and food is still the primary race that I have to keep ahead of. And right now, I just have to keep finding more and more places to plant mealwood at this point. It looks like I have a decent enough strategy to survive for the next few cycles, but I'm really going to have to get serious and build some big farms at some point here. Water is eventually going to become a problem, however it looks like I have a lot more water than what's being reported over here. So that's good. The most immediate thing though, algae. We're about to have a very serious oxygen problem. Luckily, this is about to be powered up, so that will provide a little bit of oxygen, but nowhere near enough for 26 duplicants. I'm gonna need more water, meaning I might need more toilets. I don't know. Definitely going to need some more strategy for the next couple of cycles here, but that'll happen in the next episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode of Oxygen Not Included. If I've earned your subscription, then thank you so much for that. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again next time. Stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out.